Hey, Shalom. Salaki, I got cut off. But just finishing out the rest of this video, and finishing out 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, verse 30, it says, "And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." Right? So, as I was saying, this kind of covers everything. So even the possessions that you have, just understand that you're not always going to have access to it. So, and I just also like to mention that women are very fickle. And I've also stated that before. And if you haven't witnessed that, the Lord would definitely put you in a predicament to where he gives you a woman whose heart is literally very, very fickle. I mean, all men have dealt with it before. And the thing is, really what you have to start looking at women as is more so of a lesson and less of your woman. I mean, of course you treat her in the way that the scriptures tell you to treat her. You love her, you take care of her if she's doing the things that are profitable to you, and also that you're laying down with her and she's not restricting you from you guys having sexual intercourse. The thing is, that's another thing too, man. Don't and I say this for myself too. Don't invest your time on a woman that is not allowing you to lay down with her. That's a number one must. If she's not your woman if you're not laying down with her. Don't even consider her your woman if you're not laying down with her. Because in order for a woman really to be compliant to your words, you have to be laying down with her, because then you are the one who's dominating over her. Therefore, she becomes more compliant to the words that you say to her, because your spirit is inside of her. Nonetheless, verse 31, it says, "And they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashions of this world passeth away," which we're actually going to see the destruction. Lord's will, we see the destruction of America and all the kingdoms that are past, happen within our lifetime. Number one, I believe it's going to happen in our lifetime, and I pray it's going to happen in our lifetime. Nonetheless, and like it said, the fashions of this world passeth away. So everything, the construct of this world and how monogamy is pushed and everything that's fixated in this world is going to be passed away. And that's also the reason why I said what I said. And that's also the reason why Paul said what he said, is because if the fashions of this world are going to pass away, that also means the way that these women conduct themselves, and a lot of these women are going to pass away with this shit. And the reason why is because a woman is a representation of this world. Okay? So verse 32, it says, But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord." Right. So and that's also why Paul said, "Be as I am," because he that is unmarried is going to care about the things that the Heavenly Father cares, the things that pleases the Lord, such as the service of the Lord, alms, tithes. He's gonna uphold these things. And on top of that, most of his works and his doings is gonna be fixated around what can he do to please the Heavenly Father. Now, verse 33, it says, "But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife." Okay? And that shows you a big difference between the two. Okay? One pertains to the flesh and one pertains to the spirit. A lot of times a man that's married, he wants to consistently, you know what? This looks like a good place to go out. I want to take me and my woman there. Oh, they have good food there. Let me and my woman. Oh yeah, they this, they that. You're going to consistently be like that because you're going to consistently try to please your woman. It's just what the fuck, it's what happens, man. And then a lot of times men can't find their balance within that. So then you start spending your savings, you start spending an ample amount of money. But those men who are men that are, what's the word I'm looking for? Disciplined, men that are disciplined and that know how to abstain from certain fleshly wants, You know, they're able to put those things off. But understand this, Akim. The woman and the world have a very, very strong pull. So I pray that you take heed to the words that I say, and I pray that the Lord even allows me to heed the words that I say, because it's very, very, very easy for you to get caught up in love, lust, care, all for a woman. It's very easy for you to fall into that shit. The scriptures say, you know, the woman's heart is snares and nets. It's easy for you to fall into it, but it is hard for you to get out of that shit, especially women and I'll tell you what's really hard, when a woman just withdraws herself from you completely and doesn't give you answers. That's when you like, what the fuck going on? And you start seeking after her, you start giving her all your time. That's what creates a fucking simp. Okay? That's why the scriptures, and that's why Paul said this shit. Not shit, but that's why Paul said what the hell he said. He said, be as though you do not have a woman. Be as him. Because when you put all that investment into a woman, and Satan hop on her one day and she just withdraws herself from you, you're gonna be there looking stupid, and on top of that, you know, you're gonna be overly invested in this woman, and you're gonna keep seeking after her. And then what that's gonna do is that's gonna cause you depression. It's gonna cause you sadness. You're gonna be upset, and it's something that's gonna take time for it to heal. Because when you put so much time into a person and you don't know how to kind of control your emotions, it's gonna affect you, and then it very well may even affect how you perform in this truth. Okay. So please, Akim, heed the words that I'm saying and take it from somebody who's been through the bullshit, you know? So, bless he that's in his steadfast in his heart, having known his own will. You know, I'm gonna read this, verse 36. It says, but if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, you know, that's not actually, verse 37, it says, nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but have power over his own will, and hath so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin. You know, that kind of goes into something else. She is happy about it. Yeah, I mean, that's really the point, Salakia. Maybe a difference between the wife and the virgin. Yeah, that's kind of the main point. You know, just. And this is, like I said, I know the message is redundant, and I know that I say this a lot, but at the same time, it's still needful, because all of us have fallen by the same sword. You know, all of us have fallen by the snares and nets and traps that Satan has set up. But it's up to us as men to admonish each other and to edify each other, so that when it comes to the next trial that we go through, especially if we've been through it ourselves, to admonish your brother, to tell him to look out for those snares and nets and traps that Satan has set up. Okay, and that's essentially what I'm doing. So I pray that you're edified through this epistle. I pray that you take heed to these words, and I pray that the Lord really works in you, Akim, especially the Habakkuk Shiyasha Allah, to allow you to apply the things that, you know, that the Heavenly Father allowed me to say through this epistle. So with that, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shaba Shema Kakadash, Shenji Kabaga, whatever cause of cream now by Ith, wa Shalom wa Barakam Habakkuk Shiyasha Allah. Shalom Makim.